Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Respect Our Decision podcast. This is the Justin Shorter interview. I got Wes and Mike here as always. Guys, y'all want to say what's up?
What's going on, folks?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy to be here. Happy to have this interview with Justin. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Want to shout out the Gator Collective for giving us the opportunity to speak to Justin this evening. Justin, thanks so much for coming on with us, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Well, we're going to jump right into it, man. Like I said to you, this is, we mainly focus on recruiting. So we're going to start there, man, and talk about, what it was like for you. What was it like coming out top 10 recruit in the country, 5-star receiver, every school in the country kind of looking your way?
Definitely crazy, man. I'd say just not even really I'd say putting in work. Really, because I didn't start playing until about like 8th grade, till my 8th grade year. Now I broke my ankle my third game, so I came in freshman year, and I just remember I just wanted to just play football. I played baseball all my life growing up. So it was really just I was just putting in work every day, not really thinking about just going out there having fun. And then I remember going to the opening camp, opening finals camp. And then I remember just going against all these guys, and it's really just exploding, just popping up out there. So it was just a blessing to be able to be recognized as that. And, this year we're going to really capitalize on that and show that.
Absolutely. So I know you're out of New Jersey. I mean, and you went to Penn State. Was Penn State really the school you focused and locked in on early?
Yeah, it was super nice, super close to home. I remember Coach Gaddis being the wide receiver coach with Coach Moorhead up there. And I remember they had Godwin, Blacknall, all those guys that they had up there, and they were coaching, so I was just really into it. I was up there pretty much every single game up there talking to those guys. And then when I got there, they had left, but really locking in, it was like 4 hours from home. So it was just like super, super nice, close place to home for me to go. I have felt like.
Absolutely. Who, if you could say there was a number 2 team in your recruitment coming out, who was it?
I got no. I got to think back. I say it was all kind of like I don't know, because I was like going around visiting a bunch of places, but that was so long ago. I don't even think I got memory of it.
I saw predictions. People had predicted you to go to Rutgers back then.
Oh no, man! I didn't want to go there. That was like 15 minutes from home, so.
I get it. I saw the predictions. I said, surely not this man.
He needed that buffer zone.
Yeah.
So that being said, I mean, obviously you didn't stay at Penn State long, and you hit the portal. What was it like getting into the portal and being recruited there as opposed to being recruited in high school?
I remember when I had entered the portal, literally like not even like 5 seconds after I walked out the building, my like phone was just blowing up. All these coaches and DM me on Twitter and stuff like that, hit me up, people saying all this stuff. So I mean, it was like I'd say probably even more crazy because it was so like really kind of like more focused. Like I feel like everyone was kind of like like race to try to get me to answer the phone, like texting back and stuff like that. So I'd say it was definitely more of a demand in a quicker span of time.
Oh, awesome. Mike, you got something to ask?
Yeah, pardon me. I'm just curious, with you being the elder statesman in the room, has your approach to the game or meetings changed at all?
I'd say definitely being just all the experience I've been able to have. It definitely, I'd say the game definitely has slowed down for me. I feel like I definitely know like what to do to be able to prepare myself for camp. Have that mindset for games. Being able to go and just knowing like what I need to do to take care of my body and all those other things. But I mean, really, I feel like just me having that experience really helped me. Now I feel like I'm catching balls. I'm not even really thinking about it, at all. So I'm just really thankful to be able to come into this year with that confidence.
Nice. And would you consider yourself like a film junkie at all?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Whenever I'm bored or sitting at home with nothing to do, I'll just open up my laptop and put on some film.
Okay, yeah, I was the same way back in the day. I'm getting old now, so. But what would you say some of the main differences between Colbert and Billy?
I say they're both great coaches. Billy Gonzalez, he has a lot of experience. He had a lot of guys that he had pumped out. He's a great coach. I'd say he was very technique sound. I actually loved him as a coach. I'd say looking at Coach KC, I'd say he's definitely like big change because he's like coached those big wideouts before, as in like Drake London and those guys. So I just feel blessed to be able to have him on my side, where I'm really learning from. He's played with Calvin Johnson. He's, played the game himself. He went second round. So, he's definitely knows it. And we'll be out there, he's like moving. So he has on cleats. So he's out there running, doing all the drills with us and stuff, moving pretty fast. So it's just cool to be able to learn from someone like that. I'm just really excited for camp to start, honestly.
You look at him from a different perspective that he's been in the NFL and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd say definitely that he's like done the path, gone that way, been through all that stuff. So he's someone I could definitely ask questions to because he's been through it.
Okay, and lastly, the how would you describe your work ethic? Because there's a couple times, given just your body type, you definitely maintain. Seems like you've always gotten bigger and stronger throughout college.
Mm-hmm. I definitely say I always think of myself. I'm one of the hardest workers, in the whole nation, if not the hardest worker. And I definitely say that. And you guys, anyone around me, and they probably say the same thing. Just growing up, I say my parents just growing up, watching how hard my parents work just to put food on the table, keep the keep everything going on. How we had wanted it growing up. So I say I definitely took those traits with me. And now, like, if I want something, I'll go out there and every day I wake up and that's the only thing that's on my mind, really. So, I'm just putting that work in all the time, honestly. Like, I don't stop until, I'm going to get there and then I'm going to put in more work, put that gold jacket on.
Love to hear it. Wes, you got some questions you want to shoot?
Yeah. What's up, Justin? Again, thank you for coming on. First question for me is, I know you mentioned camps earlier. What goes into that decision as a recruit to say, I'm going to camp here or I'm not going to camp? And given the situation with NIL and, how camping can make boost your rating, your rankings, excuse me. Would you do anything different now if you were coming out in the same position you were when you first came out as a senior in high school?
I'd say probably not. I just I feel like me being at that public school, it might not got as much like views and like people like watching us as those other private schools would have. There was obviously options to go to a private school because I thought that'd be a little bit better, but I just wanted to stay at home kind of. But definitely going to those camps helped a lot because I was able to put myself out there, but put myself against some of the top people in the country and in the nation, so I could showcase my skills and my talent. But I say definitely going to camps and just being able to show your speed to the coaches and everything. That's a big thing that could help a player get seen and noticed, especially if they're from our like smaller town, smaller school.
I get it. That if you're a dog and you going to compete, I love the attitude.
Absolutely.
As far as you being at Florida, being in the portal and choosing Florida, what went into that decision to say, hey, Florida's the best spot for me? I know you said when you first walked out of the facility, you had a bunch of coaches calling you. So what made you say, hey, you know what, Florida, Billy Gonzalez, Dan Mullen, that offense, that's where I want to be at?
I would say me and my family sat down and we basically, like searched up, the like best options for like which school would be best with, the wide receivers leaving, wide receivers staying, and just a stable coaching staff. Because I saw that Dan Mullen and Coach Billy or Coach G, they basically, they were together for 18 years. They were together at Mississippi State. And then they came to UF, and then I think they went back there and they came back. But I just know that they were together for a while. So me just seeing that that was a huge green light for me. And they had I know they had Van going, Cleveland going. So I knew when I got there I would have an opportunity to come in play right away.
For sure.
How important was education
Mike.
and
Go ahead.
the facilities to you, Justin?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
How important was the education at Florida? They were definitely promoting, top 5 public school in the country and the, the IPF and everything too.
Absolutely. I'm super thankful to be able to go here. I say I came here and, the like workload was, even more. I remember just having so much more homework when I got here, but they're like, for as a super high up school, it's very, very hard to get in there. So I'm just thankful to be able to graduate, and just be able to have that, Florida paper, hanging up on my wall now.
All right, appreciate it.
What are you majoring in, Justin?
I graduated with an education degree, and then I'm about to go on and get my master's in business.
Awesome. Um,
But
go ahead, Wes. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna piggyback off something Mike asked earlier. Um, Coming into the off season, what was one thing that you really, really wanted to work on? That I don't want to say that maybe you view it as a player, you always find something that, hey, I want to get better at this. I want to do this better. Coming into the off season, this past off season, what it is that going into the season that you really worked on and say, hey, I want to get better at this.
I would say my knowledge and contested catches, definitely. Those are two things that I really, really worked on, and just my like routes. I've really worked on learning blind spots, learning how to hit blind spots, really trying to learn how to get quicker out of my breaks. I feel like I've gotten steps down. I've gotten steps on of every single route that I run, so I could be anywhere on the field and I can close my eyes and run and be in that same spot for the quarterback. So I'd say just really just working on those small details, just really learning the playbook. I feel like every play, I just want to know, what basically everyone on that field is doing. So if like anyone asks me, I'm just like, hey, you got this. So that way, we could all be fast and upbeat once the game comes.
Okay, cool. One more from me on this one. When you got here, you were with Trask, and your guys were kind of throwing it all over the field with Pitts and Grimes and Tony. And then last year, you kind of more run based offense with Emery, and now you have AR coming in. And I know you got the playbook, and you guys have been studying. You said you're film junking and all and everything. So how has that been? The transition from Trask the first year, then Emery more run base, and then what do you see the offense this year looking like?
I'd say it was definitely nice to have Trash. It was definitely nice to be in that in the offense last year. And I'd say this year it's going to be the perfect offense to me because we're going to be able to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Pass the ball deep. Go big, go deep, score it, come back, run again, and then Anthony might break one for a 70-yard touchdown. Then we'll come back and then we'll maybe bomb one. Come back, run the trail's gonna run it for 80 yards. So I think we have all the aspects to have a very upbeat and fast-paced offense, and I'm just super hyped, honestly, to see what's gonna happen during that first game.
It's funny you mentioned run there. Actually, what the first thing I noticed about you, was when you got in the field a lot quicker than normal. So, would you attribute that to your run blocking?
I'd say definitely. I'd say that's definitely a part of my game that I take seriously. And I think being able to be a run blocker, for any offense is that's definitely helpful because there's been runs, where the corner or the run might be going the opposite way, but if let's say I'm still blocking the corner, that could save that 70-yard touchdown, from being stopped at the 2, which we can need because I feel like every single second counts in the game. But I'd say definitely run blocking is a huge part of my game that I'd say is definitely one of my advantages.
And it's funny you say that. Actually, I think it was the FSU game. I want to say the top. I was like the left hand side. You essentially scored with the DB. You pretty much just put him through the end zone, if I recall correctly.
Yes, sir.
I was filmed that. I was filmed in that team meeting the following day.
Oh yeah, funny man, funny.
You get extra points to that?
Nah, man.
No
I mean,
110s, 55s.
That's the standard though. It should be every
100%.
single play,
Block to the whistle.
every single play, put that person in the back of the end zone until they blow the whistle.
How many pancakes do you have? You know offhand?
Maybe like 3 or 4, because I like come off because like I usually want every single time I'm like out there running a route, it like looks like I'm running a route, like coming off crazy to scare the DB. So either way, I can come off full speed and still be blocking, for a run play to my side.
That's the way they coach it.
Oh yeah.
Every play. Justin, just to follow up, we're talking about the previous, staff and what we got going this year. If you can answer it, how different are the route trees in this offense compared to the last offense?
I'd say every single route tree is the same. It's just based on how everyone uses it. Every all the route concepts are usually pretty similar here in high school. To the NFL also. It's just based on how the coaches put it. Because I'd say everyone really has the same route tree. They just call it different names and just use it at different times. So it's it's really all the same, just based on how the offensive coordinator uses it.
Good deal.
For
Have you
sure.
got to work with Ricky yet? Ricky Persall.
Man, that kid's a freak, man. He's a freak.
Heard he's fast.
Man, he's a freak in nature. That I'm just gonna say everyone needs to be watching that TV for number one on Utah, the first game.
And
Love to hear
you
it.
and Wes actually alluded to this earlier. How important would you say the practicing your releases, just finding the DB's blind spot, recognizing coverage, so on and so forth are?
Everything, man, because I feel like if you could play with speed, find blind spots, be able to really just like see the coverage and know where you're going to be open at. I feel like that's a huge advantage for any player that's playing the game. So I'd say me just being able just to be able to get those traits and really work on that is definitely going to help me this year.
Perfect.
I know you said that you take pride in blocking. One of my favorite receivers of all time is T.O., and I don't feel like T.O. gets enough credit for blocking. If you had a receiver, NFL past or present, that you would say you model your game after, who would you say that receiver would be? Past or present? It doesn't have to be playing now, but who would you say?
Calvin Johnson. I'd say I've been watching him ever since I was really started playing football, and I'd watch a film on like old film on him now on Exos, and I feel like I was watching him basically every time he was on that TV growing up too. So I'd say I definitely model my game after him.
Okay, and if that's a good guy to model your game after.
Absolutely.
He's about
Yeah,
to be a Hall of Famer in a couple of years once he's
absolutely.
eligible. All right. What made you decide to return this season and come back?
I would definitely say I just felt like I just couldn't leave Florida with having the season that I had known or that we all had known that I one more year. I feel like we owe Florida Gators a lot more than that, and I just want to be a part of us coming back, making that this year coming back, coming out strong. And just proving to everyone, that we're a way, way, way better team. A top 5 team. In the nation. So I just want to come back and be able to help out and prove that.
Had a bad taste in your mouth.
Absolutely. And
So
I would have been living with that for the rest of my life, and I don't think I could do that.
absolutely, no competitor can walk away with that, knowing that you could
Absolutely.
have maybe made a difference like that. Um,
Absolutely.
real quick, I mean, obviously, talking about a new year and in a whole new ball game. What's your what's been your impressions of Coach Napier? Is he really seems to be a genuine guy.
Absolutely. He's an awesome guy, and I feel like he's really done a great job of turning the team around so far. And I've seen progress, strides of progress with our team together, and I just can't wait for that first game so we can just show everyone, what we've been working on for so long.
Good deal.
Hey, and Justin, just curious. You played in both the Big Ten and in the SEC. What would you say the difference is between the two?
I'd say that SEC one big difference, cold and heat. But I'd say definitely speed in the SEC and size. I definitely say that was one of the biggest differences.
Perfect. And actually leads to one of my questions. Given that your amount of time you spent down here, would you consider yourself a true Floridian? Like, do you have
Nah,
club subs
man.
and everything?
Nah, man. Always Jersey.
You,
Always Jersey
you like the Jersey
at heart.
Colt?
Always Jersey at heart. Born and raised there in the same house. Can't always Jersey at heart.
I respect it.
Never
Absolutely.
wrong.
One major question I had for you was, how would you, I know in season, college athletes' life is busy to say the least. How would you, for someone who hasn't experienced it, how would you, from your 5:30 wake ups to go to lifting, to film studies, meetings, get taped up, practice till you can actually till you're done eating. How would you how would you describe it for your average Joe fan?
What do you mean? Like, what's the question?
Like
My
a
bad. I
schedule.
apologize.
Can you give us a schedule during the season?
Oh, I'd say, what you want, like a camp schedule, or like
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could do last season. You could do, yeah. Let's do spring ball because under Napier.
okay. I'd say it was we wake up early. We would usually have a meetings, and then a lift, defensive lift, offensive meet, and then we'd flop, and then we'd have like a little break, and then we would have meetings, or we'd eat, have meetings again, and then go out to practice, come back, eat, and then we probably have meetings again, and then snack, and then we'll probably have some team, some team thing, and then sleep. But it's the same day every day, man. You gotta really, really love it to be able to, go there every day and do it and give your full
About
effort
12,
to it.
13 hours.
Oh yeah, long time, all day, man, all day. You're not gonna
Yeah.
touch your phone.
So what do you do to wind down, Justin? What do you do in your downtime?
Usually, I just, lay down, hang out with friends, play video games. But usually, I'll just, just be outside, go on walks with my dog, and I say she's my best friend. So,
Absolutely. What kind of dog is she?
yeah, Pitbull,
Heck yeah, me too, buddy.
Dalmatian mix. Yeah,
Got two in my house too.
Oh, you got two?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I can't do two. I can only do one.
Both of mine are rescues, so I
Oh,
can't
wow.
say no to them. So what games you
That's
play?
Madden, man, Madden.
That was going to be my next question. My next question. What is
That's
Justin
literally,
Shorter's rating on Madden next year when he gets drafted?
hopefully 90s, high 90s.
Woo!
You
Gonna
got
try to
ball
beat
for
Pitts out on that rating for the rookie.
absolutely. Give him a run for his money.
So one more follow-up question to that. Everybody knows NCAA is coming back out next year. If it had come out this year, what would Justin Shorter be rated on NCAA 2022?
I got no clue. I got no clue.
I had to throw you a loaded
hopefully-
question, man.
Yeah, but hopefully, my Madden was high.
We hope so
But
too.
we've been putting in work, so it'll show.
Yes,
It'll
sir.
show.
Wes?
Yeah, Justin, I know you got to go shortly, so I want to ask. This might be my last question, depending on how long I got for you. But what are your goals and aspirations, individually and team wise, for the season?
I'd say team wise, my goal is to win the SEC championship and win the national championship. I say that's definitely the two major goals. But I'd say just taking it game by game, winning every single game, and that's the only thing we can focus on. Every week and just winning every game. And I'd say my overall goal is to be a All-American, first team All-American. So I've been saying that for a while and putting the work towards it. So it'll show.
Definitely shown so far. How would you feel how do you feel the wide receiver room stacks up against last season?
Man, I'll honestly say now, out of all the wideout rooms I've been a part of, I'd say I'd say this one is the best one I've been a part of, and that's just honestly saying, just being around these guys, watching the work that everyone's putting in, watching how we're playing now in OTAs and just the extra time that everyone's putting in, and just everyone's talent. It's just like, it's honestly scary. So I'm just so excited for that first game, so we can go out there and show everyone what we got, what we've been loading.
Perfect, man. Yeah, I'm excited as well. And I got one last one for you, and you can't use Ricky. So, what's the one young player you would see breaking out this year?
Let me see. I would say that's a great question. One, as a wideout.
Yeah. Sorry.
Or it could be a running back.
That's a hard one.
It could be any. Let's just say
any offensive.
position.
All right, any offensive player.
Position.
How about that?
Oh, Montreal Johnson.
Nice.
He's that dude.
Definitely. Oh man,
that
he's gonna be jumping over people and doing all this crazy stuff.
Once I saw him play for both spring teams, I kind of got a gist of it.
Oh yeah, he's a freak.
Seems like Lorenzo has a work ethic that's kind of similar to yours as well.
Oh yeah, him too. He's gonna be in. I could really
Every
say
time.
everyone. You know,
Yeah.
Lorenzo's
Oh, I know you
he's
can't
a
badmouth any of the teammates, and they all look great. I mean,
Yeah.
you got something else you wanted to add, Wes?
Yeah, we see in the NFL that teams do things away from when OTA is over and training camp just started for the NFL last week, where coaches can't be involved. I know that's the same thing in college. So, do you guys do anything during the summer as far as get with AR and the other quarterbacks and work on passing route trees and just building a connection and building something continuity with each other and trying to get more familiar and building that chemistry? Do you guys do that away from the coaches as well?
I'd say definitely we all definitely meet up a lot, and just we'll just go in the stadium or the indoor, and, no matter what time, and just put that work in.
Outstanding. Well, Justin, we're just going to ask you a couple more things, man, and we're going to let you get right out of here so you can start camp strong tomorrow. First off, describe AR in one word.
Freak.
He gonna have a big year.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be insane. I'm so just hyped to see us go out there on that first drive.
Secondly, and I meant to have already asked you this, how are you recovering from the? I mean, I'm assuming you're fully recovered from your injury in the bowl
Yes, sir.
game.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. I know that was a scary moment, not just for you, but for everyone that saw it.
Oh yeah.
All right, one more question. Score prediction, week 1, Utah in the swamp.
I'm gonna say all I'm gonna say is Gators winning. That's it.
We'll take
That's
it.
safe. That's
We'll
safe.
take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. It's gonna be
stuff.
loud, man. It's gonna be loud. I don't know if
Very.
them boys are ready for that heat.
I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
Well, Justin, it's been great to have you on, man. You've been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's busy for you right now, but we appreciate it so much, man. I can't wait for everyone to hear what you had to say tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
No, thank you.
Appreciate you, Justin. Have a safe, healthy season. I hope everything, all your dreams, aspirations come true. Really can't thank you enough for coming on with us, and just prayers and help you have a good, healthy season. Okay.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys. Be safe.
You too,
You as
Justin.
well.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Hope y'all enjoy the interview, and we will talk to you again Thursday night.